Hey everyone, this is Charles Mitri from loungeboudoir.com, and today I'm going to show you how to sharpen an image but retain your skin softening for your boudoir image. Okay, so let me reduce my screen here, and I'm going to go up in the corner here. So this is the image we're going to work on. I shot this a couple of days ago. And I'm not doing any healing brush or anything like that. I'm just going to go right to the skin softening. I normally would, but for this tutorial I'm going to skip that part. So I want to double my layer here. I want to start on a new layer, so I hit Command J. Okay, so I have a new fresh layer here. Now I'm going to go up to Filter, down to Imaginomic, over to Portraiture 3. That's the skin softening software that I use. It's made by Imaginomic. It's called Portraiture 3. I'm going to click on that, and the main window will pop up here in a second. There we go. These are the default settings. I just click OK and wait a few seconds for it to do its magic. Boom! So it has applied skin softening to this image. Now that's way too much. It's too much. So I'm going to bring it down to, let's say, 80%. So I can still see the texture of her skin. I'm going to switch it off and then switch it back on. It's done a pretty good job. I'm going to leave it at 80% right now. Now, we want to sharpen this image. Well, I like to sharpen the lingerie, the lace in the lingerie. That's usually all I sharpen. I might sharpen the eyes if it's appropriate, sometimes the hair, but normally it's the lace in the wardrobe that the subject is wearing. So I'm going to create a new layer, Command J, to do my sharpening. So the way I sharpen images, I go up to Filter, scroll down to Other, and then scroll down again to High Pass filter. You get this window here, this little box. And I like to put this square right over where I'm going to sharpen so I can see the detail. I can see the fine detail of the lingerie here. Now I usually sharpen images anywhere between 2.6 and like 3.6 or 3.8, somewhere in there. I've been pushing it a lot more lately. I used to never go over 2.8, but now I'm over 3. Because it can really add a nice effect to your image. I'm going to push it to 3.6. I'm going to hit OK. Now we go over to our blending mode for that layer and go down to Soft Light. Now what I want to do is I want to hide that sharpening layer under a layer mask. So I go over to layer mask here, I press Option on a Mac, and I have my layer mask. Now that sharpened layer is hidden beneath this layer mask. So I'm going to go over and get my brush, and we're going to erase it over the lingerie. I'm going to check my brush. I usually use soft round. I'm usually at 32%, just to give it a little definition around the edges. And I'm going to zoom in here. Increase my brush. It's on white. Make sure you hit the X key to make sure your little square down there on the left is on white, down here. And we're just going to start erasing the mask to reveal the sharpened layer underneath. Decrease my brush a little bit. You don't have to be perfect with this. Now, to see where you've missed going over it with the brush, you just hold Option down on the Mac and click on the layer mask. So as you can see, I've missed this area here, probably missed this part here. So I'll hold Option down, click back on the layer mask, and I'll just sort of fill this in. You can't really see any detail here because it's in shadow, but all this stuff up here. And then what I like to do, I'll decrease my brush even more, and I'll do these straps here, because if there's texture on the straps, I like to see the texture. Especially right here. I'll do the little loop here, come up. My box is getting in the way, so I'll move it over here. I will just finish here like that. Come over here. And we are done. Now if you want to do the bottoms, you can do the bottoms. But that is how I sharpen images after I've done the skin softening. I usually save the sharpening for second to the last thing that I do. I save my vignetting for the very last part. So right before that, I'll usually hit Shift Option Command E to get a whole new separate layer with all the stuff I've been doing in Photoshop, and then I'll do my sharpening on that layer. Okay, so that's how it's done. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video, or subscribe to my person right here. How are you doing? Doing okay? I'm gonna push you back down. Boom. All right. Check out loungeboudoir.com for a lot of articles on everything boudoir, and I will see you at some point in the YouTube universe in the future. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.